doing it now. Alright, this presentation is to quickly cover why FlexKom is modeled the way it is, why it's rolling out its program this way, and why it's not doing it through hiring a sales force. Okay, so first of all, FlexKom, they realized they had created a very powerful loyalty cashback system, for small to medium-sized businesses, something that is a big need for them, and a perfect system for the customer of those stores, since they're getting prices and cashback, and customers love that. And this system is a system that will be able to save small stores that are having a really hard time now. And it's by giving those stores the same leverage that the chain stores has, and also creating a new way for them to make money outside of their own sales. Now the big question was, how do we install this network all over the world? And obviously, how do we stay ahead of the competition? So first of all, looking at option one, then to go in and hire a sales force that will sell FlexKom, pay them a base pay, and do this in all the countries that we need to go into. So this is not a national or regional system. It has to be global. The nature of the system is the company that covers most ground will be the company that people want to use. So there's only one way to do this, and it's globally. Imagine trying to do a new credit card that only worked in, say, one country or one region. People would tend to want to use the global one before they use the regional one, since they're accruing points, and those points lead to rewards. So it's kind of like if you're trying to get a free airline ticket, most of the time you're sort of focusing on trying to use one airline to rack up the points on that one in that one company to get that free card. If you spread yourself too thin, you end up not ever getting a free ticket because you get points on so many different airlines. Same thing here. So basically, there will be one company that will dominate this space. If FlexKom roll out the system in one country in a limited way, there's a big chance a competitor will start in another country soon after that with a similar model, but maybe the company would have funding, so this could be a bank with billions of dollars, and they could just really push FlexKom out of the way. So it's easy to imagine when we look at the power of the numbers that we have with this company. If we go in and we do this model and we're able to generate, say, 500 million customers at, say, $50 a month, that's $300 billion a year. That puts this company as one of the top companies on the planet. So, of course, there's going to be competition that would want to get into the space and squeeze FlexKom out. So we know we have to go global, and we know we have to do it in a short time. So if we get our system out to 50 countries, we're looking at thousands of cities in the next, say, 3 to 4 years, and we need thousands of salespeople in each country. So these salespeople, number one, they're going to go out and get these initial customers for us, and then they're going to sell the stores, and so that we have lots of access points for the customers. So we can't have too few access points, then the customers won't use the system, and we can't have too few customers, then the stores don't want to install the POS system, because it needs to have value on both sides. It's kind of like the electric car. If you buy the car and there's no place to charge the battery but home, it's going to have limited attractiveness to the customer. And if there's a bunch of charging stations and no car that comes in to charge, then that's a waste of installing those. So you're really dealing with the same thing here. If you look at the country of USA, what we need to do is we need to cover the whole country and make FlexKom a network you can use in all 50 states, and it needs to happen in the next 2 or 3 years. We need, say, about 30,000 salespeople to be able to grow the network big enough where, number one, no competitor can catch up, and number two, it becomes a network that people get familiar with and use all the time. Okay, so here's the numbers just to break that down. If we look to get, say, 30,000 salespeople in this country, let's say on the low end, and if you talk to anyone who understands this, 3 days to market find, and install a new salesperson into a company is almost impossible. You can't do it in 3 days. But we're gonna work with just 3 days. So if it takes 3 days per person, we have 30,000 salespeople. That's 90,000 days it takes to hire 30,000 salespeople. 90,000 days is 253 years, or 3,036 months. So, okay, typo there, 3,036 months, and we need to have them in place. We need to have all of them in place in the next 3 or 4 months. So if we just took 3,036 divided by 3 months, we need 1,012 hiring managers to get the job done. And if we need 1,012 hiring managers to hire 30,000 sales reps in 3 months, the obvious question is, who's going to hire the hiring managers? So time-wise, what we're looking at is an impossibility to be able to get that many salespeople in place to be able to really get this market of United States done in a time that it needs to be done. So impossible time-wise. We can't do it. If we don't get these access points in place and these customers in place in enough time, which really is in a matter of months. You know, if I install an app on my phone and I don't use it, I forget about it, and it's, you know, then the stores are not going to care about it. So it has to happen fast. We have to explode onto the scene. We have to blitz each market that we're in. So and also, if you're looking at cost, you know, hiring a salesperson at the low end, the cost is about $5,000. 30,000 salespeople at 5,000. That's $150 million. That's not even really dealing with the initial money we would pay them as a base before we start bringing in the money. So who's going to have that kind of money to spend on a new company in today's economy? Not going to happen. So what other way can we get this done was then asked, because we can't do it that way, and when there's no other way, then we literally can't do it. So what if we did it as kind of like a franchise model, where the people that are coming in are really kind of partnering with FlexKom. They're taking that position of saying, you know what, I'm going to invest into this company, and I'm going to be an outside salesperson who really owns my own business and owns my own residual and is in ownership of the customer and the team that I build. So basically, you know, paying for their own training and recruiting costs. But what these people are getting in turn is they get complete freedom and ownership of their own residual income. Give them the opportunity to make an unlimited income and income without restrictions. So, you know, you work when you want to work, rest when you want to rest, not require any amount of volume, independent reps, walk-away income, which actually enhances now the opportunity for someone who's out there selling, because you don't have someone above you saying, hey, if you don't do this, we're going to replace you with another guy. No. This is something that you own. And you can continue to earn income even if you stop working actively with FlexKom. FlexKom will continue to pay those residuals to you as a thank you. FlexKom allows each brand manager to sell a license to other brand managers. So now we need to expand and get those 30,000. So FlexKom then allows a brand manager to recruit a team. So FlexKom charges for the license and the training, cover the expenses, and then also pays out commission onto that. And that will actually increase the sales force exponentially. So first month, FlexKom starts with a few. They recruit a few others. That turns into a few hundred who recruit a few. That turns into a few thousand who recruit a few. And that now reaches 30,000. And then FlexKom has all the brand managers they need. They stop taking on new sales rep. the entire American market then goes to these select few. So 30,000 brand managers would then share in a couple of 100 million customers, and that gives them an incredible position. Phase 2, what happens is each FlexKom brand manager gets 1,000 apps. They each go to work, and we call it kissing. This is the act of giving away an app. And so give away as many apps as possible for free to as many people as possible in the first month or so. These are brand managers who have ownership in what they're doing. They're very interested in making this work. They have a vested interest in the company. They're not just outside salespeople who could care less. They have another deal down the street because they might make more money tomorrow. No, this is an ownership. So let's say that we have 30,000 reps. They each have 1,000 apps. Let's say in the first month and a half they give away 30 apps each. So 30,000. 300 apps, sorry about that, 300 apps each, 30,000 times 300 apps. Now FlexKom, in that first 5-6 weeks, have 9 million customers with the app on their phone ready to go. Some of the customers give away, a few apps each. We have programs for the customers to give away the apps as well, which benefits the customers. They get free phone calls. They can also make 1 flex money per app given away, which could be phenomenal for them as they start doing that and spending that money in the stores. So let's say that doubles. Now we have 18 million customers. Now we go into phase 3, where these brand managers are now able to go to the stores, install the terminals in the store, access points. And so we estimate that out of these 30,000 reps, these are people who are, again, vested interests. They have relationships with maybe family members that have stores, maybe stores they frequent often visit, and they know the owners. So I think, with the type of people that we're bringing to the company, on average, maybe they'll be able to bring initially in 3 stores. Just based on their relationships. So now we have 90,000 stores. Let's say these 90,000 stores are able to give away 500 apps each the first month. Now we have 50 million customers. Done deal. FlexKom is now the phenomenon on the planet, in America and other countries, and there is the plan. I hope this presentation really gave you an insight as to why FlexKom is doing what they're doing, and how the plan and what they're doing is really an incredible idea on how to bring this to market. And I hope you agree with me. I hope you can see how just doing it traditionally is impossible. If you have any views or questions on this, obviously get back to us. But that is why FlexKom decided to do more of a franchise model than to hire a sales force. Thank you very much, and look forward to seeing you on the FlexKom team. Take care.